What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new edition of DC Action Hour.
Yeah!
What's up? My name is Jeff. Thank you for watching, folks. This is the show where we talk all the DC shows on the CW. So that is Black Lightning, Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. I'm joined as always by my co-host Marx Pyle.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, and returning to our show, we have from the Points of Interest Podcast Network, our guest co-host Francis Fernandez and Josh Hawks.
Woo!
Hey, I'm over. I'm over here.
All right. By the way, you guys, you have the same exact wall background. It really looks like you're in the same apartment, just right next to each other.
We're just on two opposite sides of the wall.
He's right over there.
Yeah. The only thing separating us is the mountains.
Yes.
I just want one of you to walk into the other person's feed and.
That would be sweet. In fact, one day that will happen.
Yeah.
It'll surprise everybody.
All right, folks. So we're gonna talk all the new episodes from this past week of the shows I mentioned. We're gonna talk some shrinking, some thermalbaric bombs, some people having sex. Lots of stuff. All right. So before we get into all the shows, though, we like to do a fun super tweet question, which is, what characters would you like to see hook up, and what would their ship name be? So we just kind of came up with this. Should we keep it just to the characters from the shows, do you think? What do you guys want to do? Or let it be any DC?
I'll stick to the people from the shows.
Well, I guess I'll let the viewers do whatever they want. They can make their own decisions.
The viewer is always correct.
Exactly. That's very true, because we have awesome viewers. And I already see Raisa and Lister's Mate are already in there. In the chat. Thank you for watching, folks. I think Raisa says she already tweeted an answer to this. Let me go over to Twitter. Actually, we got a couple things on Twitter. Raisa says, in honor of the Earth X, Kara, and Ollie, I would like to see Alt Kara and Damian Dark next. Could be thematically justified. Ship name would be Dark Crystal. Crystal that makes Fortress. I like Dark Crystal. It's like the movie, too, right? Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
It's good, Raisa. And then Neil isn't witty. Neil isn't witty is his Twitter. Okay. Constantine and Zatanna. Kanana is the ship.
Kanana. I love Kanana. That's the best. That wins.
Really good. All right. So I have not thought of anything about this, so I'm going to let you guys go first. Francis, sounds like you already have a choice, though, right?
Well, it's going to happen, I think, whether we like it or not. But I think Brainiac 5 and Kara are going to be a thing in Supergirl.
Shit, you really? No way. You think so?
Sure. I think that they're building it up, for sure.
You excited him so much, he just left.
Yeah,
he's back.
I was like, let me go.
Are you kidding me? I got to get out of here.
No, I actually think that's super weird and never going to happen. If it does, I'm going to be blown away.
I just think so. They're going to be regulars. I wouldn't be surprised if they're semi-regulars at least. But I can definitely see a Brainiac 5, Kara, Barara. I don't know. Caraniac. There you go. We'll have
I like that.
So I can see that happening.
All right, Josh, do you have a choice? Oh, wait. Did you wait. Give us a ship name for Brainiac and Kara.
Carini.
Oh, Carini. Sorry, I missed it. Carini?
Like Kara and Brainiac. Caraniac.
Oh, Craniac. I like it. Okay, very good. Craniac. Nothing's going to beat Caramel, though.
Caramel. No. Good.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best.
That is a good one. I'm not very good at this game because I don't fall for the shipping thing. I don't know.
Well, give us two characters. We'll come up with a ship name.
Jana and Zaina.
Are those the Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
Wait, they're brother and sister. Disgusting.
Hey, look.
You said give me two DC characters.
I'm not coming up with a ship name for that. Fuck that.
the Wonder
It's called Prison.
Yeah.
Illegal in 25 states.
Race in the chat says she's back. She stepped away. Well, Race, I shared your tweet about the ship, and we liked it, particularly the Dark Crystal ship name. Very good.
Yeah,
Marks, what do you got?
Good.
This ship name's not really... It's cheating a little bit, but I think Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman would be interesting, and I would make that Martian Wonder.
What about? I don't know what you were going to say. Actually, I thought you were going to say something else.
Wonder Man Hunter,
Martian Woman Hunter.
Martian Woman Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wonder Hunter. How about that?
Wonder Hunter.
Wonder Hunter. I like that.
Actually, sounds pretty good. Actually, Wonder Hunter.
It sounds like a real hero or person.
I think so. It does, doesn't it? I'm gonna write The Adventures of Wonder Hunter.
It'll be the new baddie in the next film.
Wonder Hunter.
You better go trademark that.
I am. I'm trademarking it right now.
I came up with it. I'm trademarking.
Oh,
Fuck you.
it would be a code.
Somebody should do something because that's pretty good.
Thank you.
A DC Action Hour exclusive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wonder Hunter.
When it comes out next, in the next 3 years.
After the Super Bowl tonight.
There you go.
Unannounced on Netflix.
In the chat, Listener's Mate said, in response to your Wonder Twins thing, it's called the USS Incest. Ew.
Yeah, well.
Taboo duo.
Look, I try to be funny, and sometimes you fall on your face.
Yeah, Taboo Duo was pretty good, though. I'll take it.
That is good. The first two people who came to my mind, and maybe just because these are beautiful women, are Saturn Girl, because she's in the show right now, and I think she's cool, and because somebody said Zatanna, and because you don't have to change the ship name at all. It's Zatanna. It's the same thing. Put the S in front of Zatanna. It's basically the same thing, more or less. It was a slight.
Oh yeah, it is.
Or Saturn Girl.
I'll give you that.
Almost the same thing too.
Saturn Girl. I like Saturn Girl.
I dig it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of actually somebody on the show I actually want to see get together. Not really, because I'd rather have them not really do many relationships as many as they do.
I would see Ralph Dibny and whoever the mystery girl is.
Wait, you mean the granddaughter?
Well, we don't know 100% that's who she is, but yeah, probably.
That.
But I like that. Funny.
Ralph doesn't deserve her. She's too cool and nice.
No, he doesn't, but...
Ralph's miserable and sad.
Well, he already blew it, man. He had his chance when she came up with the coffee, and he's like, I don't know what to say. And...
He'll have a second chance.
I'm sure he will. I want to see more of that girl, man. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
Her and Cisco would be ideal if Cisco wasn't with Gypsy already.
Oh, they don't have, do they?
No.
No.
Oh, they broke up, right?
No, they.
No. What?
No. Never mind.
Oh, you're gonna cause everybody to have a panic.
Sorry, I was thinking about the breakup box, which turned out to be something different.
Right. It was the Eroto box or whatever.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Don't worry, everybody. Gypsy and Vibe are still okay.
Okay, Vipsy. So it's either Vipsy, yeah, Vipsy.
Vipsy, yeah.
Or Guy, but that's terrible. Oh, why? Risa says she's asking if we're starting soon. Well, I guess she's not seeing us. Oh, no, now she did. Okay, I was like, yes, we've actually been streaming here. I hope you're seeing us.
Surprise!
So Lister's Mate says, if I could, he went off of DC here, but if I could combine the Orion Slave Girls, which he brings up every Super Geeked Up show, and Jennifer Walters, a.k.a. She-Hulk, the ship would be called the Jade Goddess. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not really combining the names, but I get what you're saying. They're jade colored and they're goddesses, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Actually, folks, on our Super Geeked Up show last week, if you haven't seen it, we did a little improv game where Batman and She-Hulk went in for some marital counseling. It was very interesting.
Oh, man.
It's called Superhero Marriage Counseling, the first debut game we did.
Oh, man.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It was fun. All right, anyway, so there you go, folks. You keep tweeting us at Super Geeked Up or put it in the live chat. Any characters you'd like to see get together, any cool ship names. All right, so let's see here. Now we're going to talk about all the shows, and I guess we're starting with Black Lightning. Right, Marx?
Yep.
Those amazing effects.
Yes. Shocking. So this was episode 3 of season 1, Lawanda, the Book of Burial, written by John Nash, directed by Mark Tandurai.
Sure.
who's a new director for the DCCW shows, but he's done some other shows you might know from, like Gotham, for example. So he has some DC ties. So in this episode, Reverend Jeremiah Holt decides he has had enough of the deaths on the streets from the 100. He decides to lead a parade to speak against the gang. Black Lightning and Gambi make plans to protect them and seems at first to succeed, but a bullet from Cyanide's rifle leads to tragic harm to the Reverend and especially to Jennifer's boyfriend, who she, by the way, was going to have sex on Saturday that night. Meanwhile, Anissa starts to learn how to use her powers and falls for a new woman named Grace, and Gambi mysteriously hides the fact that Tobias Well is alive. All right.
Can I just say the title of this is like one of the most depressing titles ever?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Like the Book of Burial. I was like, wow, this is a dark show. Or
Yeah,
dark.
I mean, yeah. Has it always? See, the thing is, I didn't remember the first one. Was it also Lawanda?
No, just the second and third, right?
Okay.
Yeah, just second and third. Not sure why. Yeah. Next one's Black Jesus. Next episode.
Oh, because that's
what he's called. Yeah.
So let's start with Black Lightning and Gambi's relationship, and they got some cool training gadgets, right? Little stuff. What'd you guys think of that?
So it's kind of like almost, what was it? Like almost like a video game type VR in a way.
Yeah.
It was a little weird though, because it came out of nowhere.
I just want to know what this guy does, where he's a shop owner, and hey, guess what? I have all of this high-tech gadgetry hidden in my basement. Like, who is this guy?
Don't you?
Oh,
No, he lives in California. There are no basements.
there are no basements.
Oh, okay.
I have no
In his attic.
In my attic. Yeah. No, I mean, I liked it a lot actually. I just wish I hope they will kind of expand on that guy's story, because I'm really curious.
I think they will.
Yeah.
In the comic books, he used to be a powerful gang guy. Stuff happens.
Him? Really?
He was?
Yeah, organized crime
I really hope
guy.
they don't do that in this one.
Okay.
He used to be an organized crime guy and changed his ways and teamed up with him or something like that.
I guess I can kind of see that. Yeah, I couldn't see him like in the 100 or something, previous 100 member, and like he changes his ways. But I'm a fan. I like the high tech stuff. I'm always a fan of the high tech stuff, though.
Yeah, it was a little different. We hadn't seen any hints to that. Well, I guess he has the suit, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised. But it's exactly a low tech suit. But yeah, we hadn't seen anything else, like the little hologram of the city and stuff. That was some cool stuff. So,
I mean, it's no Star Labs, but
no. But I don't know how they afford Star Labs. Star Labs is always closed. Where do they get all this money?
I thought they explained that actually. Didn't they explain how they keep it up and running? I thought they did.
Is it
I don't know.
Harry's inventions or patents? I don't know. Or
Something like that. Like there's a nest egg somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, Harry on his Earth is like probably a billionaire, right? So.
Yeah.
Remember they were having problems and they had to make a tour type thing. So remember that?
Yeah. Where they're trying to, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, they're trying to do that.
Episode where they all have to get part-time jobs.
Right.
Like one of the Jitters, one of the
at Jitters. Yeah, I was gonna say at Jitters. That'd be sweet.
Somebody becomes an adjunct professor, like Marx.
But more than that, how does Arrow afford all his gadgets? Because he's just like a freaking mayor, and he lost all his money. But anyway,
mayors actually can. No, you're not that much, but they can make a decent amount, but not what he needs. You're right.
He's skimming.
I'm not sure that.
Well, not anymore. He's paid $10 million a week, a day to.
Right? Jeez.
He has a job. I'm just saying, like in the Flash, there's only two people with jobs there. It's Joe and Barry. No one else works.
I mean, Iris used to, but I don't know. I guess she's not anymore, right?
Yeah.
No.
They don't really talk about that
Ralph
anymore.
is a private detective, technically, so he does have that job.
I don't know if he's still doing that, though, is he?
Well,
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that very well
Race
either.
in the chat says Thawne left Barry money.
Wait,
who Thawne? Eobard Thawne? Reverse Flash?
yeah.
That's weird.
Why would he do that?
It's awful
For
nice.
all the stress and problems he caused. He's just like, sorry, man.
Sorry for killing your mom. Here's some money.
Yeah.
My therapist said I should do this.
It was in her pockets.
Getting listeners make getting us back on track with what show we're supposed to be talking about. He says Black Lightning showed religion in a better light than it did with Supergirl. Religions are supposed to be used for clarification and strength against oppression and suppression.
Yep, that's a good point. I don't think Supergirl was doing it.
No, I don't
did
think
it in a bad way.
They're
Just showing a dark side. Yeah, they're just showing a dark side of religion. They also mentioned there's a good side. But I agree with you about Black Lightning and the Reverend and such. Was it the argument between the Reverend and the Spectre cop dude was pretty, thought provoking, interesting. They both had points on their sides.
What else is after when I watched it, I was like, damn, there are some good actors on this show, man. Like that was a well acted scene.
Oh yeah.
Some great stuff. So back on Black Lightning. Lady Eve. So we got a bunch of bad guys here. We got Tobias Well. Mm-hmm. I realized his sidekick, the woman with death in her eyes, is Cyanide is her name. The one kind of odder looking guy that we occasionally see with him is named Joey Toledo.
Did you say an otter looking guy?
Odd.
It's like the otter.
And then the woman we were introduced to another big bad, Lady Eve. They're all from the comic books. I mean, variations of them. But what do we think about these bad guys like Cyanide, Lady Eve, Tobias Well? What do you think?
Cyanide reminds me of that girl from. Oh, what is she? She reminds me of that girl from American Beauty.
Which one?
Which girl?
The one that
in the Mary.
No, the one that Kevin Spacey's pervs on.
Oh, yeah.
It's the eyes.
Nina Savari? Is that her? No, or is it the other?
Yeah.
But
it's the eyes.
I think you're
right.
The
eyes, yeah. But
that character have the eyes of death in them.
I guess. Yeah, for the most part.
In the chat, Racist says Jill Scott rocked intro scene. I think she played Lady Eve. Right? Probably.
I think so.
I like Lady Eve a lot.
Yeah.
When she was introduced, I was like, "Oh, finally a villain that's actually interesting. Can we just kill off Whale and make Lady Eve the main villain? Because Whale sucks, and Eve is cool."
I kind of get where you're coming from with Whale. Like he's very one note.
It's terrible.
But he hasn't had that much screen time, and
I don't want him. He's got too much screen time as far as I'm concerned. Let's get rid of him.
I think they'll flesh him out as an actual.
Probably, because they have a past, right? So.
Jeff really hates Whale.
No,
right?
last week I said he's as bad as Damien Dark in season 4 of Arrow as a villain.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's done enough to really. I don't have a proper opinion about him yet because he's just kill him.
Yeah, but when one scene Lady Eve was interesting and dynamic, and then this guy has had all episodes. He's just
because she had a throne.
That's true.
Thrones make everybody cooler.
We should get thrones, Marx.
We should.
A harpoon gun didn't sell you on.
No, I hate it. It's stupid. In the chat,
you just didn't like it once you realized his last name was Well. Then you're like lame.
Right. We want it to be Wale. Stormy Woods, thank you for watching. Says Jill Scott is great as Lady Eve. Raisa says thought the same thing. Kill him. Aha! She thinks we should kill Whale.
All right, fine.
Well, I hope they flesh him out more. They have the villains on the show. They have not shown us very much of them, and not enough sides of them for us to see them as complex characters. And compared to Kingpin and Netflix, or Daredevil, for example. So.
Well, the more interesting one, like we said last week, was Lala, who they killed off. They should have killed her on.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Lala a little longer.
I think because the emphasis really is on the main protagonists and kind of their development of the powers, like the daughter discovering her super strength and things like that, you really don't get a lot of chances to really flesh out the villains for the most part. Yeah, Lala was, was kind of parallel with that during those first 2 episodes. But Whale is just supposed to be this background guy, really, for now. And I think I really think they'll do better. If the writing is good for everyone else, I'm pretty sure they'll do something with Tobias that'll make him an actually interesting villain. Even though I think he's I think he's.
Glad you have faith. I think he sucks.
I do. I have faith in the whole thing, So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see also if he has powers or not. Like if he's really superhuman strong, which they kind of hinted to, and wonder if he can resist pain or something. He's got to be pretty tough if he can go toe to toe with Black Lightning and take him out.
Yeah, I agree.
Or thought he took him out.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
there's a flashback coming up. I just know it.
Good.
I hope it's on an island.
I know, right? 5 years ago.
5 years, yeah.
And he winds up. Imagine if actually they wind up. They were on another part of Lee and you that Oliver never knew about.
God. On the other side.
It could have happened. You never know.
You never know.
They shoot scenes where way in the background you can see Ollie running through it or something.
Yeah.
One of his crazy adventures.
Or just an arrow lands next to them.
Yeah.
Stray arrow.
Yeah, I still think there's a small chance that this is in the Supergirl Earth. Possibly. We'll see.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not in the other ones, right? Not Flash and Arrow, so.
Unlikely, yeah. I don't think so. I feel like if it's on any of the Earths, I think it's going to be Supergirl. I think it'd be kind of nice, contrast in the feel of the shows. But it's really hard to say. They're really like teasing us with stuff, and you're just not sure,
What were the heroes or villains they mentioned in the costume part? Did they refer to anybody? I'm forgetting who it was. What?
They just dressed up, didn't they?
They actually, before that, she said you can go as this character or this character, and I thought they were referencing people from other shows.
Didn't they? I thought they said Wonder Woman.
They said Supergirl.
I thought they said Supergirl.
Right, it was
Supergirl.
Marx,
which backs up what you're saying. Obviously, it could be an alternate Supergirl, but
yeah, I mean, it could be. That's the thing. They're talking about superheroes. They show a comic book, and they're like, you can dress up like Looker if you like vampires.
Yeah,
who's a character? She's a character from the Outsiders comic books, and which Outsiders is very closely tied to Black Lightning.
Yeah,
stuff.
I bet you like that comic, right? Reference.
Oh, yeah. and Team Arrow B call themselves the Outsiders for a second.
Almost.
Oh.
It's funny timing, right? But and then she said you can even dress up like Supergirl, and you're just like, well, if this is anything else, I'd be like, they're just talking about comic book characters. But there are superheroes in this world. We know there's people with other powers. We just don't know who any of them are. So maybe Supergirl is really Supergirl. I don't know.
One reference. If Supergirl drops one Black Lightning reference, that's all they need to.
That would really solidify that for sure.
In the chat, Raisa and Stormy were saying it was Supergirl who was mentioned, and Raisa says she likes that the costume party that Nissa went to had a Supergirl. Okay, cool. They enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think the costume that Grace was wearing is a costume that a character from Outsiders wear also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, actually, I had a lot of issues with this episode, but one of them was they talked about obviously all of us. Go to conventions, right? And so we see cosplay all the time, and they talked about cosplay. And I'm like, you're just dressing up in black latex, basically, which is fine. Dress whatever you want, but it's not. That's not really what character are you supposed to be?
Catwoman. She was Catwoman.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to be Catwoman.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I guess I can see that. But it sounded like she didn't know anything about any characters, Nissa. So
she's learning. She's going to become one.
Soon. People should dress whatever they want, but I'm like, I don't know. I actually would have liked to see a more cooler cosplay like we're used to seeing a con.
It'd be funny if she wore a Supergirl costume.
Yeah, they probably don't have the licensing for it or whatever. I don't know. They just don't have.
They have to. It's all their shows. It's all the same people. Berlanti Productions doing all that, or whatever he calls himself.
Yeah.
Whatever he calls himself.
So all right, so we hopefully eventually we'll figure this out. What Earth they're on. They'll eventually tell us. So what about Jennifer and her sex announcement?
That was great. That was probably my favorite 2 scenes in the show. Was announcing at the dinner table and then being confronting the boyfriend. That was
boy. Oh, we're gonna have a debate.
That was really funny. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen on television, which makes it even funnier. But
Josh, Josh, what did you think about?
Oh, he didn't see it.
Well,
Oh, no,
so I mean,
sorry, I forgot. There's the other shows you.
Right, I was in and out of consciousness during the entire episodes. I remember flashes of things, but I can't really give any like good context to this episode.
Flashes of lightning, you remember?
Electricity.
Yes. Damn it! I wish I had gotten that one. But yes, good for you guys.
Spark your memory.
God.
Francis, I'm with you that when she said she wants to have sex, that dinner scene was very funny.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the parents' reactions to it, and that she just came out and said it. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
The scene with Black Lightning and the boyfriend was honestly one of the most awkward and painful scenes I've ever watched on television. I was thinking about it throughout the whole week, and every time I cringed and almost threw up. It was so bad. It was like one of the worst written things I've seen in my entire life.
How do you really feel, Joe?
Yeah. Like, I can't believe, like, it looked like amateur hour, like, in terms of from writing standpoint.
But I kind of get where they were coming from that. Like, he was already awkward enough dealing with the fact that his daughter said it out loud at the dinner table. And he felt like this weird obligation to have to...
Yeah, no, the concept is good. You can have a scene where he's trying to make the boyfriend be scared and make that very funny. That was the entire opposite of being funny. It was super awkward. In fact, he's a principal talking to you. Look, and I teach kids, right? Like as a tutor. Yeah. If a principal actually talked to a student like that, that's sexual harassment right there. Like what he's talking about. Like that's so inappropriate. Like he's gonna fired. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, especially the line of questioning was like really weird.
And with the shower and like, washing your junk or cleaning your junk and your feet, and then like your feet are gonna touch your vagina. I don't know, whatever the hell he's talking about. Like,
I don't want my daughter to have athletes, but I think that's part of why it was so bad. It was funny to me. Like it was really. You're right. No, it was a terrible scene. Really awkward. But that's kind of what added the humor to me because it didn't make it. On top of that, it didn't make any sense. At least talk about like protection or something, or like whatever. But the feet to the junk thing was really just
like you're gonna give my daughter athlete's foot in her vagina.
Like what does that even mean?
Millennials are into some crazy shit. Apparently,
he's like better not be fucking her with your feet.
No.
I mean, that's the easiest way to get pregnant. Didn't you know that?
Exactly.
Ray said in the chat says, I love that it was awkward. So she enjoyed the awkwardness as you did, Francis. Marx, what did you think?
Oh, I liked it. It was awkward. But yeah, it was a strange conversation. But
of all the things they could have chosen, I don't know why that was what they chose to have him talk about.
Yeah, it was weird. But he's trying to, without threatening him, still try to like dissuade him from doing that without, pushing him away from, whatever. He's in an awkward position.
But then what really sucks is, by the way, and this is like that kid, the boyfriend guy, is actually, I think, probably maybe one of the coolest characters in the show in terms of he's got like his act together. He wants to do well. He's trying to be a good influence on Jennifer, right? And then this is the guy who gets paralyzed, and now he's never going to have sex. Great. Like, what a terrible thing to happen to this guy.
I mean, that was a good cop-out of him, of the sex thing never happening. Like, well, there you go. Problem solved. It's
terrible, though.
It is.
He had the father be super awkward, and now the guy gets paralyzed. Jeez. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it that much more tragic.
Yeah.
I suppose. He may not stay paralyzed. We don't know what's going to happen. He may get superpowers out of it. Who knows? They're all getting superpowers anymore.
Why is cyanide such a bad shot, by the way?
Right?
I don't understand. Wasn't she supposed to be shooting back lightning and she hit 2 other people instead?
That's what I
probably
thought.
didn't mind hitting the Reverend, but yeah, she hit. I don't know.
Understand if they if they were supposed to be like the bullet somehow deflected off Black Lightning or something, or she just missed. I don't get it.
I'm not sure.
The way the whale reacted, though, made it seem like you got this. You hit the target I wanted anyway, so whatever, and moved on with life. I don't know. It was really strange. There's like a scene that was edited out or missing in between the shot and the Reverend getting hit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if in the next one he's like, "Cyanide, what are you a bad shot for?" You know, then we'll know.
Or something.
Well, no, but he doesn't because she never talks, so he can't ask her questions. He just orders her around.
Oh, she can tell him with her killer eyes.
Right. She's like, I didn't want that kid to have sex with tonight.
That was my true target. All right, so Anissa's powers and her budding relationship with Grace. What do you guys think?
Good. Glad that she learned out powers, I guess. Fine.
The best reaction.
I always love it when he doesn't quite have his answer ready. He's just, yep.
I like the junkyard scene. That was cool. See her developing her powers.
Better than the junk scene. The guy's junk.
Yes, compared to the junk scene. I just don't understand how she's like, oh, it's breathing. That's why I don't know how to control my strength. I'm not breathing properly, or whatever she said. And then all of a sudden she was able to destroy the
like
washing.
martial arts, man. You got to breathe properly when you give a punch or a kick.
Yeah.
She should be yelled out then when she punched.
Summon her chi.
Yeah, she got to give a ki.
Yeah, exactly. Her Kia nothing. Very quiet time of the junkyard, but yeah, and I don't know. Grace is fine. She's there. Like,
fine. A lot of things are
Well,
fine.
in the comic books, Grace is a super character. Is an Amazon actually.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Really?
God damn it. Let's get some Amazons in this.
All right.
I don't know if that's what they're going to do with her or not, but
Super cool.
they're a super-powered couple in the comic books.
Like it. In the chat, listeners made it said he'd agree with me about the awkward scene there. Thank you, sir. And Stormy says, I really like Anissa. Yeah, I mean, the power stuff is cool. I actually like when Grace was introduced. I like her introduction. She was cool. I mean, I knew right away, obviously, they're going to go with a relationship thing. What I don't like is that the first girlfriend, whatever, former girlfriend we saw, there was no reason for that storyline to ever exist. She should not have been in the show at all. Like, there was zero reason for her to be there if they're going to just have her be there for 2 episodes. Relationship's over, now she's with Grace. Why do that in the first place? It makes no sense. It's a waste of time.
So she could say, with an Asian? So she can say that.
Yeah, well, that was such a great line.
Like, wow, that's all right. Of all the things to say, with an Asian, all right. I don't know. Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. I don't know why they.
No. We're only 3 episodes in. She may come back.
No, she's not. I guarantee she's not. They've dumped her.
No, I don't think so.
They want to establish that she was gay, but just to have Grace in the beginning, then
I guess they want to show her as lost in life. She was lost in her relationship, just kind of doing it because, and her career and everything. And now she's got these powers. She's starting to find her identity and what she wants to do.
Oh, really? See, I don't find that she's been lost at all. Wow, that has not been well done. I don't think that if they're trying to give.
But she's definitely not in a happy relationship from the get-go because they hinted to that for whatever reason she was just sticking around because whatever, but they weren't really in love.
Yeah, but I think the job thing. It seems like she's cool with teaching at the school and stuff. I don't know. I've not, and with grad school.
Yeah, there wasn't any other than her insecure. Not her. She was unsure with her ex. Not meeting her family or whatever. Yeah, I don't.
Maybe it's
revealed
more. Maybe not so much lost in everything else, but just that she's going to pivot her whole life. Like she was talking about how what's the point of a parade? I want to make a real change kind of deal. And when she was all about that in the very beginning, and now she's also changing relationship and everything. So her whole life is going to change this season. So
like turning point. So this is just her way of saying, "Hey, I'm at a turning point."
Yeah,
they're setting it. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
All right. So, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about with Black Lightning? Are we good to give it something? Give it a rating?
I want to go back and rewatch it. This has made me want to rewatch the episode.
Okay.
With the contrasting amount of things we've talked about.
Show as a whole is pretty good. So yeah, I would say.
Yeah. I forgot. Will we rate this, or we change it every time?
Every
Right?
show. Okay. Oh, we forgot to ask in the chat. We need some ideas. What rating system can we use for this week? I think we used bolts last time. We used gold stars the first time.
Especially after he's a teacher. Washing machines. No.
Washing. I like that actually a lot. I think we should.
How
do
many
that. Cosplays?
Sure.
Lightning fingers. He's doing that little lightning finger blast.
Yeah.
That was cool. His little.
That's great, man. Let's do it in finger blast, Marks. Great.
Finger gun.
How many finger
awkward
blasts?
moments.
How many junks is this?
How many sex announcements, dude?
Yeah, right.
These are all good. I don't know. We just want to go with washing machines. I just think that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, washing machines.
Oh yeah.
Because that's
Oh
what
yeah.
he was training
Junkyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Francis, what do you give it? Maximum of 4 washing machines.
I thought it was a solid episode. I give it 3. 3 whole washing machines, undamaged.
Hey, Josh, even though you didn't really see it, you want to just make up a rating?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, my initial vote for this would be 1 because I fell asleep during the episode. But now talking about it, I would say I'm going to give it a solid 3 brand new Whirlpool washing machines.
Wow. All right, so
That's the only brand I can think of.
we've changed your minds. Great. I'm gonna give it 3.25.
Oh, nice.
All right,
It's,
Risa says 3 washing machines in the chat. Sorry, I love this washing machine rating. It's great.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you. I really thought this episode sucked.
Wow.
Okay, so maybe I wasn't wrong.
Yeah. The awkward scene was just so terrible. The thing with the shooting, it didn't make sense to me about who she was trying to shoot. Outside of the sex announcement, which was funny, I didn't really dig this episode. Oh, and the very beginning with the Reverend and the cop guy, that was a really good, powerful scene.
And Lady Eve, right?
Yes, okay, so right. It did have its highlights.
Yeah, so far you've named 3 highlights.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all those highlights were very brief. And overall, it didn't stand up to me. I'm going to give it 1.5 washing machines.
Wow.
Wow.
Not good.
So maybe it wasn't just me being tired why I fell asleep.
Who knows?
Have you watched the first 2?
Yes, I don't remember a
Those are
damn
much
thing
better.
about them.
That's okay. Listeners mate in the chat says, that's okay, Josh. I used to fall asleep during Arrow, so you can fall asleep during Black Lightning.
Fair.
You have
fair.
permission.
Alrighty.
Stormy also gives it 3 washing machines in the live chat.
Well, any hate mail can go to Jeff.
Why are you sending me hate mail? I'm just giving it my honest rating.
Or love mail if you hate Black Lightning too.
I'm not saying I hate
Send
it.
supporting
I said
letters.
I don't like this episode.
Okay.
I gave it fine ratings the last 2 weeks.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
There's our Black Lightning.
All right. Now
What's next, Jeff?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Marks. We're going to move on to Supergirl. This is Season 3, Episode 12, called For Good. Written by Cindy Lichtman and Alex Sternberg, directed by Tanya McKiernan. In this episode, both Lena and Morgan Edge have attempts made on their lives, and Lena finds out her mother is back and wants to eliminate Edge as a super nice present to her daughter. Plus, Sam has Alex do tests on her and get support from Alex, Kara, and Lena. All right.
It should have been on Mother's Day.
Call Mother's Day, you said?
It should have been Mother's Day, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just held this episode off.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I will bring up the topics. Let's go. Let's start with Morgan Edge. What do you guys think about him? I mean, he was a big part of the storyline. He's kind of been on and off throughout the season. What do you guys think with what they did with him? Josh?
He was.
Morgan Edge was the dude that shows up with all in the EOD, right?
No, Morgan Edge is. So he's the other like kind of billionaire guy who's trying to eliminate.
Oh, Adrian Pastar.
Yes, Adrian Pastar is the actor.
Yeah. That's what I know him from. So I remember him from the first couple episodes, and then I've kind of fallen off with a lot of the shows of this season. But I was glad to see him still on the show and still being pretty damn evil from the sounds of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's definitely got some stuff going on.
Still got some edge.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Now, folks, you can send your mail to Marx.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, he was mushroom this episode, sure.
Mustache twirl.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely convinced that Lena was the one that was out to take him out.
Okay. Before we move on, did we ever get clear, definitive proof that Lena or even the mom was the one who tried to kill Edge in the beginning? And did we get that Edge was the guy who sent the sniper or the poisoner?
I think Lillian, the mom, said that she was the one trying to take out Edge, right? I think she confirmed that.
I do.
And then, at the end, Edge, when Lena was saying, "Hey, confess, or we're gonna get shot, or whatever," blown up by this thing, he confessed to it.
Well, he confessed to the lead. He didn't confess to the cyanide. He confessed to the lead poisoning of the kids.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I really didn't like that at all. I really wanted them to go with the idea that he wasn't behind it. Somebody else was just playing them against each other.
I don't think he was. I actually don't think he was. And that scene at the end where he's like, "Oh yeah, I poisoned."
He just said it.
I think that was the proof that he didn't do it. That he had no idea, because if he would have, I think he would have confessed to the cyanide poisoning because he was willing to destroy the tape afterwards. So I think if he was going to confess, so I don't think he did it. I think the mom set it up to look like he did as an excuse to kill him. Yeah.
Well, that's what I wanted it to be. That was much.
Try to push Lena to do something dark, perhaps. It's a big risk, though. I guess she knows Supergirl is Kara, so she figured might be safe, but it's still a big risk.
All he knows is I didn't like this episode.
I am getting a little tired of Morgan Edge, to be honest. I like that actor, and I like the possibilities of that character, but they've not done a lot with his character. He's no Maxwell Lord or
thinking the same thing, man. When I watch it, they really, I think, failed with his character. They just made him like uninteresting, and Maxwell Lord was so dynamic and awesome. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and the whole thing with like the way they got him arrested, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's never going to hold up in a court. It's a coerced confession from threat of death. That's not legal. Like, no, he's not going to jail at all. He's never going to. And they're acting like, he's going to go away for a while. No. Like, unless your legal system works very differently on this earth.
Well, they do that a lot in superhero stuff, right?
It's so stupid, though. There's no reason to do that.
But this is the one episode where I get it was like a very Lena-centric episode and very much like, and Sam and Alex bonding type of episode. But it really made me start like hating Jimmy and hating Lena for just like jumping the guts automatically. It's got to be Morgan Edge who tried to kill me and blah 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 blah. It's like, wow, no evidence, just like nothing. At least if we, the audience, saw him like planning this whole thing, we'd feel justified for them acting that way.
But didn't he go after? Didn't he come into Cat & Co. and say that? What's her face was trying to kill him?
Yeah, but that's only he did that just because he thought he was targeted by Lena.
Behind. Obviously, they have plenty of evidence in the past that they know he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying. Like, as an editor of a newspaper, ideally you don't just start saying he's guilty. I have no evidence, but
I was like, what? This is it really annoyed me. Yeah,
well, that's his girlfriend. It's gonna be protective.
That's true.
And what a lame way to bring Guardian back too.
Yeah, barely any Guardian except for that.
I kind of like this. We got to see him again, though.
I did. Yeah,
The suit's awesome, but yeah.
it is a cool suit.
It's definitely updated from the last time I've seen it.
Yeah.
In the chat, Race said this was a solid transition app. Race also says Alex is totally adopting Ruby, though, all but certain. Now, Race has been predicting that for a while. I think there's lots of evidence for that, Race. Yeah. I think that'd be cool, actually. Well, I mean, if something, Sam keeps going down the dark route and she doesn't get redeemed, which I think she still might. Let's see. Lister's Mate says, I'm surprised that Sam didn't say that she suspected she might have been abducted by aliens when she talks about losing time. A lot of us, he said a lot of us, that he was, no, not him. Sorry, a lot of UFO abductees say that a major thing they deal with. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I guess they were expecting something worse.
Well, maybe because she actually is an alien. That's why she didn't say that.
I love that
It's the body going into shock from all the anal probing.
Oh, God.
But they zoom in on her arm when she's about to get the needle in her arm. Like, oh, it's not going to go in.
But it does.
And it does.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
Sort of
so powers turn off and on, which is interesting.
I did like where they had kind of the Alex, Carlina all being there for Sam. Those were some nice scenes. I thought that was very nice. There's a nice kind of family thing being formed there between all of them.
Nice.
It'll be interesting if Alex adopts her kid, if her kid ends up getting powers.
Right. Like, yeah. Like Iris, right? Because she'll have powers because of the babies.
Huh?
Cecile?
She's pregnant?
Cecile gets powers, but Iris gets... I thought you
from
guys
the comics, right? You mean?
It's her.
Didn't you guys talk about that last week? Or Iris is bought...
actually, weren't we in the comics? You said, right? Iris gets it.
Gets powers from twins, and her, she's gonna get.
Yeah. Somebody said that last week.
Yeah,
you're right.
I was talking about what you guys were talking about.
Marx just likes to pretend you're full of shit for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that makes more sense now.
Well, there's a storyline coming up with her, and so I thought you were spoiling that. So
no. This is what you guys were talking about last week, but
okay.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about anymore. So yeah.
Well, also I like the fact that Sam is so close to all those ladies is that it's going to make it obviously very good drama when they find out who she really is, that she's Rain.
She'll turn and fight the other world killers.
Oh, you think she will come back to being good?
Yeah. They're building Sam up too much to be this wonderful human being that they're not going to make her stay.
If that happens, which I think you're very much could, why would Alex have to? The only reason Alex would have to adopt Ruby then is Sam dies, right? If she wants to be good,
sacrifice herself to destroy the other two world killers.
That's what she do.
That's what she do.
That's my theory. That's my current.
I could see that happening. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. So I'm curious.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess we'll see Purity soon, and I'm curious to see who the last one is. Pestilence.
She'll have another dream.
I'm confused about the dream thing. It's like, how are you having dreams about these characters? I mean, are their powers magical, or where are we getting? What's going on here? I don't understand.
I don't know, have some kind of link because they're all from Krypton.
Oh yeah, everybody does, right? I dream about everybody from Earth all the time.
Hey, you're not. This is not Earth. It's Krypton.
Maybe
Look,
it's
I'm saying this could be some kooky explanation they came up with, though.
I don't know. I'm curious because it seems a little weird. That's how she's able to. I mean, the fact that she was able to go like, "Yep, that's her," because I had a dream last night, and I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here?"
Oh well, and yeah. Anyway, well, Lillian's Iron Man suit was awesome, I guess.
Oh, it was. Lex suit.
Did you guys like it? Well, so it's like a Lex suit, right? The suit that Lex wears a lot of times in comics and series, right? I guess it was okay. It was a little over the top, but the suit's always been that way, I guess. And
yeah, it is.
I love Lillian though. Anytime I see Lillian, I'm happy because she's awesome. Brenda Strong's awesome in that role.
I just love the HUD. Like she even had the Iron Man HUD. Like, I was like, oh, all right. Taking a little bit from Iron Man. I'll take it. But
maybe Iron Man took from them.
Yeah,
maybe.
I like how she was like, "I'll see you around after I break out of prison," and winks her.
She also knows how to twirl a mustache. She's also very good at that.
Yeah, she's a much more interesting. The problem is she's way more interesting than Edge. I'm just like, can we just have more of her and less Edge?
I still don't understand the purpose of his character. Like, they really haven't given him...
It's to have Lena have someone, I guess, apparently, but he should just be the mother, can be the character thing for Lena to go, that's much more interesting.
Yeah, it's a good foil, sure. I just don't get it.
Really, really want to see Lex Luthor someday on the show, because they talk about him all the time. I'm just like, I really want to see their interpretation.
For a while, I think.
I want it to be Tom Welling to come in as...
Oh, God.
That would be very interesting, actually.
That would be a nice spin.
That would be different. That would be different for sure.
I like that, actually, kind of. And then Michael Rosenbaum would have to play some other good character.
Exactly. I think that'd be really funny.
He should have played Brainiac 5. Michael Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum? Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah. Brainiac and...
I like the actor's Brainiac 5. It's the makeup. The makeup's terrible.
I'm not dissing the actor. I'm just saying that could have been a cool role for him.
Yeah.
The actor's good.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of Smallville actors make appearances. It's one of the shows.
Why not? What the hell? Well, they have Laura Vandervoort, who was Supergirl in the original. But that's maybe.
And you now have the woman who played Lois Lane as the mom.
Erica Durance, yes, of course.
That's it.
The Chloe reference that they did a few episodes back.
I love the Chloe reference.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, let's get some Kristen Crook up in here, man. Come on.
Yeah, what's she up to lately?
What'd you say?
What's she up to lately?
I don't care what you said. Francis made a joke.
No, I just said what she... Marx and I had the same... I thought. That's why I laughed.
I'm sorry. Okay. I did hear you say that. Well, she just... she was in Beauty and the Beast for a while, but that show's done, I believe, now. So, she's probably available.
Yeah. Yeah, she has time. We need more... Yeah, we need more Smallville characters to make an appearance.
Oh, yeah, man. Race in the chat says, Mon-el did say they have future knowledge that Rain leaves, not dies in the end, but it's interesting to see if info is correct. Good point.
Well, they may have changed things, too, getting involved. Never know.
Flashpoint.
No more Flashpoint blaming.
The Legends of Tomorrow are going to pop in and be like, bad Legion, bad. We're only the ones allowed to screw up history.
Now the Legion say, "Oh no, see, we're actually competent at what we do."
If only they were on the same Earth. If only on the same Earth.
Josh, you want anything else about Supergirl?
It was again, because I've kind of taken a entire break from all the shows right now. Just other stuff going on, but it was nice to come back. It was interesting. It kept my interest. There's a lot of holes I'm missing.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Well, I know who Mon-el is, but I just got confused there.
What do you think of his beard?
I mean, it's a beard.
See, I like it. I think the beard is... You don't like it, do you, Marx? I like it.
It's okay. There's something off about it. I don't know what it is.
Because you don't want anybody else to have a beard except you.
Yeah, maybe.
Josh, get off the show. You have a beard.
I mean, if need be. Right.
I think it makes him look more distinguished and cool, the beard. For my
I'm looking forward when he gets his suit like the comic books. He's supposed to get a different suit soon.
Yeah.
Is it cool in the comics?
I mean, it's comic book suit, yeah. And it's like...
No, but come on, some comic book suits are super cool. And
he's got a cape. He's got a cape.
Isn't it a futuristic kind of like Superboy-ish costume or Superman-ish costume?
It's more Superman-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, futuristic version.
Interesting. All right, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Our Supergirl discussion. We do this out of capes, folks. 4 capes is the maximum score. Josh, what do you give it? And you do
3 capes.
3 capes. All right, Francis.
2.5. Wasn't happy with the just pointing everywhere, blaming everybody for no apparent reason.
Yeah, this was a pretty... I've been loving Supergirl this season. This is a pretty lackluster episode for me. I'm going to give it 2 capes. Pretty average.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Marks?
We have 2.75 capes.
All right, got to be different. All right, so not our favorite episode ever. Obviously, there, Supergirl. And I will say, I think there's been so many awesome episodes this season, though, that I actually last week I ranked Supergirl as my favorite show this season out of all of them.
And I think with Morgan Edge being put to jail, they'll keep him out of the storyline for the rest of the season, hopefully.
They might as well at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
Yes? We lost you?
He's lost.
I hate those anticlimactic moments. Sorry, say that again, Marx?
and Mother Luther.
Oh, Mama Luther.
Yeah.
Mama Luther. Those are good highlights, but otherwise, yeah, it wasn't great.
Yep.
All right, 2 more shows to discuss, folks. Flash and Arrow. What is that?
I'm doing my Flash run.
Oh, I didn't know if you were trying to do karate chops or what you're doing.
Or you could be like, which one? The Flash from Justice League, or because the Flash of Justice League is like speed skating. He goes.
He does. You're right. He does do some kind of speed skating move.
Speed skating moves.
Maybe we'll see him in the Olympics. That'd be cool. Coming up next week.
It would totally win. U.S. would win totally.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I guess we should mention this now because I'm afraid I'm going to forget at the end of the show. So, folks, we are we're not gonna actually next week we are gonna do the show, but after that we are not gonna be doing the show every week anymore. Marx and I are just super busy with our actual day jobs and multiple jobs and stuff and other stuff going on. And obviously I have Super Geeked Up and everything. So unfortunately we're not gonna do this every week. We are gonna keep doing special episodes. Like Marx, I think we're talking about like season finales, right? And premieres and mid-season and any also there's
crossovers.
Maybe if there's like a musical, some kind of this event.
Musical episode.
Well, like last year there was a big Flash Supergirl. I totally would if they do something like that again, absolutely. Sure. But also if we get we're gonna still try to get some guests. We'll come in and do episodes just when we have some cool guests on, actors from the shows like we've had. So we're gonna keep doing it, just not gonna do it every week. For those of you who haven't watched us every week, thank you very much, you guys rock. We really appreciate you. I know we have some really loyal people on there. Listeners Mate Race, Stormy, Carrie, and so you guys are awesome. And then for Francis and who's usually in the chat when he's not actually here with us. So thank you guys, and and we're gonna keep doing it. So it's not like we're going away for good. But anyway, we're gonna do one more show after this, so we didn't want to be so abrupt of an ending. So we will be back next week.
Yeah.
Which will actually be the last episode of Supergirl before they go on a hiatus, so that's kind of a good place, I think, for us to stop for a while.
Notice Jeff's not like, first episode of Legends of Tomorrow when it comes back. It's okay.
Well, oh, no, that's the week after that.
Yeah, I know. I
wasn't even thinking that, actually. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that.
Oh, man.
You know what? I've warmed up so much this season, though. To Legends. It's the best.
It has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot more fun.
You're right. No, it wasn't. No, it's not because Legends coming back. Time to stop. Okay.
No, I know how you roll, Jeff.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's a good time. Stop.
But we'll still be doing the show. Won't be every week, and it'll just be more. That way, it's more special every time we do it, right? So, yeah.
And we can do some when we have the guests on. We'll do some shorter episodes, so you don't have to watch for 2 hours if you don't want to. Although we super appreciate that you guys do stick around. That's awesome of you.
Yes, awesome.
All right. Oh, by the way, Race gave it a 2.75 capes, same as you for Supergirl. Marks.
Awesome.
All right, let's go on to The Flash. This is also the episode 12, but it's season 4. Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash is the name of this episode. Written by Sam Charleston, Judalina Nira. They're very frequent writers on The Flash. Directed by Chris Pepe. I just like saying that name. In this episode, Cisco and Ralph get shrunken down by a meta with size-altering powers, and Cecile gets super excited that she can read minds. Meanwhile, in prison, Barry furthers his bonding with Big Sur and gives him a nice vacation. All right, so Black Lightning and Supergirl, I was disappointed with this episode, but I luckily found The Flash quite entertaining. And the last couple episodes, I think The Flash has been doing really well. Let's talk about the Shrinky villain storyline. I thought that was a lot of fun, having Ralph and Cisco be miniature. What'd you guys think?
I gotta be honest with you. I watched the wrong episode, apparently.
Oh my god. Josh, what are you doing on the show?
I apparently just derailing it. That's my whole purpose in your life, Jeff.
Thank you. This is actually why we're stopping the show, because Josh has derailed us. What was I'm curious now? What episode did you watch?
So while we were sitting here talking this whole time, I'm sitting here going back at looking at some of the recaps, and I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, great.
I'm still looking.
You saw the first season of first episode.
No, it definitely wasn't. It was definitely a current season. I'm just.
What was the last episode? What happened in the last episode?
That's what they were. There's.
Yeah. It was Barry was in prison with Big Sur, and they were trying. Oh, it's the Great Ralph one. It was awesome. The Elongated Night. It was Ralph's episode where he gets prankster, prank, and trickster. That was awesome.
Did you see that one?
I don't think so.
No, looks like it was the possibly first episode of this season.
Well, that's way off. All right. Anyway, let's talk about this episode.
So yeah, sorry, but hey.
At least you're on the right track, though. You're gonna watch this episode.
I'm on the right season anyway, right?
It's like I watched the pilot of the whole show from the season 1. All right, what did you, Marx and Francis? What did you guys think about the whole shrinking thing?
I liked it. I liked.
It was a great power.
It was a great power. They did some creative stuff with it. Whenever he was throwing the cars and they were enlarging, that was pretty clever. I haven't really seen that too much.
Here's the thing, though. I had just watched the Ant-Man trailer, I think, right before this episode.
Ant-Man and Wasp, you mean?
Ant-Man and Wasp, sorry. Ant-Man and Wasp, yeah. So I saw that trailer, and they kind of do the exact same things in that trailer that he does in this episode. So I was thinking, who stole what from who, I wonder?
Well, they're all doing the same shit.
It was very similar, but I do like the... he enlarges the gun, that one laser gun thing, and he uses it as an actual weapon. And I don't know, it was really cool. I was a big fan of his powers.
It reminds me a lot of in the comic books when Ant-Man was Dr. Pym. He just went by that, and he didn't have a mask, and he would miniaturize like their ship that would fly in, and lots of little weapons and stuff like that. And I always thought that was cool. And so yeah, I thought it was a good use of powers.
It was, and I just with Cisco and Ralph being, there were some really fun moments with them being all small and stuff, and their team.
Yeah,
Cisco and Ralph work well together, I think. Actually, as like kind of with some comedy stuff.
Cisco actually, his what's his name? Carlos Valdez. Yeah. He works really well with everybody. He is so good as kind of either the sidekick or whatever to everybody. Like he's pretty impressive. So
it's the hair.
It's the open hair.
And you have hair like that, you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
By the way, folks, if you're curious, that was the last play of the Super Bowl that just happened, and the Eagles have won 41-33.
Thank
God.
Spoilers. I was going to watch it after this.
What are you talking about? Get out of here.
That makes this whole show we're doing right now that much better.
That makes me very happy, yes. Enough with the Patriots. I'm sorry if you like the Patriots, folks, if you're watching, but go Eagles. All right. All right, okay, anyway. All right, they're going crazy now. All right, anyway, in the chat, Lister's Mate says, Flash made 3 very cool references this week. One to Disney, one to The Twilight Zone, and one to Sid and Marty Krofft Show.
Yep.
Yep.
Just to clarify, I saw episode 7.
Okay. What was episode 7?
Right, that's enough. No,
the one right. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Let's just stick on this episode. Raisa says, "I'm ready to learn how all this fits into Thinker's plan and move on to a new arc." Lister's Mate says, "Honey, I Shrunk the Kids" was the Disney reference. Yeah. The title.
Yeah. What was the Twilight Zone reference?
I think they just said they were in the Twilight Zone, didn't they?
I don't know. Let us know, Lister's Mate.
But yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, so move on.
Well, Shrinky was really cool. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yep.
Cecile and Joe. All right, so Cecile
Oh yeah.
she can read people's minds. I forget the explanation they gave for it.
She had latent dark matter in her that came out during the pregnancy, and that will probably recede afterwards.
How did
It's
it?
implied.
How did it come from the pregnancy in the first place, though?
Chemical
It's just
in the body. They were just saying like you're pregnant now, so your body, chemistry changes a little bit and probably ignited those latent abilities. It doesn't really matter though,
Wait,
really.
So you're saying every pregnant woman in Central City is going to have powers? Is that what you're telling me?
some.
It's in the blast, right? Or
Oh, is it from the accelerator explosion?
Yeah, the original accelerator explosion. Yeah.
Oh boy! Wow, this is really going to everything now. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's kind of random to me, but it may fall. I imagine it's going to play some part in the overall story somehow. I'm not sure how.
right? I didn't think about that. Yeah,
Oh,
because
I'm sorry. Listeners made in the chat says Cecile not going crazy hearing people's minds was reference to the Twilight Zone where people did go crazy reading minds.
I mean, because now that the Thinker has that same power, right? Thinker has the same ability
Oh,
to read minds.
interesting.
Her baby will become the Thinker, who will travel back in time.
Oh!
And do all this.
Really funny. This body I'm in, it's your future son.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God! All right. So I kind of enjoyed how Cecile was so excited about her power. She was like super amped about it.
Uh-huh.
Caused some problems, obviously, with Joe not really wanting her to read every thought he had. What do you guys think about that? The thing with those two.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Bulbasaur.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that whole
Cisco
exchange
accusing
of dialogue was
Bulbasaur,
hilarious.
Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, that woman's stealing office supplies or something. Arrest her.
Thief! Yeah, that was funny.
As long
There's
as
a lo-
no, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, as long as they don't keep up that joke for the next few episodes, as long as they tone it down. I think it was great in this episode, but man, if they keep that up, that'd be kind of annoying. So hopefully they don't keep that joke up the entire rest of the season or however long she has these powers.
Mm-hmm. Stormy in the chat says, I'm not a current Flash watcher. Does almost everyone on the show now have powers? Pretty much. Stormy, yeah.
Oh God,
Iris doesn't.
Iris,
Yeah.
Joe don't.
Wells doesn't.
We could have said Cecile before this episode. And Wells, yeah. Yeah, they've really expanded the powers a lot.
But there was a Wells that used to reverse Flash, so that's close enough.
No, but that wasn't really Wells.
Same face. If you got powers now, it'd just be redundant.
Well, that's a good segue to Harry, who I love. I mean, I a little bit feel, I guess, I'm not sure if they know exactly what they're doing with him this year, like what they give him to do. So I guess in this episode, they made him very concerned about saving Barry, right?
Yeah.
And what was the deal? I'm trying to remember. Is it that he blames himself for something? What was...
That he couldn't outthink the Thinker. I think
That was it, right?
Yeah, I think he's mad if somebody's much smarter than him.
Right.
His brains is his power, and now it's a weak power.
You know
It's
what
like,
he needs? He needs the Council of Wells.
he does.
No, they
We're
don't.
going to see them again, I hope.
Oh, that's right. Francis said, no, that was great. Yeah, man. You got to be the Thinker. You need the Council of Wells together. Together, they can unite and form Captain Planet.
Oh man. One Wells is enough, I think. Yeah.
No, man. The more Wells, the better, I say. The best thing.
Yeah, but Wells' place in the season is not as strong as it was in the last seasons. No.
Yeah, which is too bad because he's been like my favorite thing, pretty much.
Yeah, he's just another character in the cast. Not like he played an important role in the other seasons. So maybe he will yet. We'll see.
17 other characters need to have time on screen, so I mean, you can't take
Except those people.
All right, let's talk Big Sir. As we discovered last week, played by Goldberg, the wrestler. So he and Barry bond some more here. He had helped out a father. Barry helps him out. And then in the end, well, okay, actually, Barry's trying to get him freed because he was basically framed, right? And for some reason, what's the shrinking guys? Does he have a name?
Yes. His name is Silbert Runding.
What's the meta name?
I think they call him Dwarf Star.
Yeah. So for some reason, Dwarf Star wants to go to prison for a long time. He doesn't want to cut a deal and help out Big Sur. Makes no sense. That's obviously part of the Thinker's plan, though, I guess. So Big Sur is going to be stuck in prison because he won't fess up that he really did the crime. But luckily, Barry whisks him away to somewhere in China, I think, right? Where the monks are, a bunch of monks are.
Where they take a vow of silence.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot better than prison, man.
That's true.
It's very peaceful there.
Yeah.
He'll become a mystical monk and return and save
cool,
Barry.
Actually, man. That'd be great. I like the Big Sur storyline.
He'll be like, I'm Big Sur. It's all about the breathing.
That's funny. I like that, though. I like the Barry Big Sur storyline. That worked for me.
Yep.
I agree.
And so it's possible they'll bring him back. They even said something like, is that part of his Thinker's plan even, and stuff? And because the Big Sur was in the comic books during the trial deal, and he got powers and became a supervillain, and then became a hero, and back and forth. So we'll see. Kind of wouldn't mind seeing him back because he's a pretty interesting character, but I'd be happy if that's the end of his story too.
He'll be back.
You think everybody's coming back, though?
Oh, I just... Never mind, yeah.
If the show lasts long enough, they all will come back.
It's true. No one dies, and everyone comes back.
All right, last thing for Flash. What's the Warden up to? He drugs Barry there in the end, right? And from the previews from next week, it looks like Amunet. I don't know. I don't know if it's like some kind of super-powered battle arena she's doing or something. What do you guys think is going on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a big...
Blood sport for superheroes?
Yeah, which is weird. I mean, if he couldn't... Okay, I understand why Barry didn't escape prison, because that's unethical, but he could easily escape whatever Amunet has for him. Like, I don't understand.
Well, it looks like they planned for it, because they know he's the Flash now.
Yeah, I think in the description I read for next week, it says something about he has to decide if he's going to escape or try to save his fellow metas there or something, or leave them there.
Oh, sure. All right. Yeah, I can see that.
Barry's a good guy, man.
He is.
Do the right thing.
Good dude. But,
bad Warden.
Prison
wardens are always bad.
He's actually okay, but nope, he's evil, crooked.
That was a good last line, though. It's like I told you, Barry. We're all monsters in here. Or something along those lines. That was good.
Yeah.
Much better than feet and athlete's foot stuff.
Barry, as you pass out, I just want to know, when you get out of the shower, where do you put the towel at?
Yeah, how do you dry yourself?
That whole conversation.
How do you dry up?
That whole conversation relied on the kid saying he threw the towel on the floor to wipe his feet. Like, that whole conversation relied on that one thing.
Right. If he did, he was just like, my bad, you're good. Yeah. Have fun Saturday.
That's why it's so ridiculous. It's such a, formulated, conversations. It's like, we need him to say, oh, my feet. I do my feet first.
Yeah. I use a separate towel, actually. And, okay. Well, never mind then. You're good.
I just air dry.
Yeah, exactly. I just turn around in a circle.
It would have been more appropriate in a prison, though, where you actually are in showers all the time. And
So, Barry, don't drop the soap, Barry. Don't drop the soap. All right.
All right, let's. We do this out of lightning bolts, right? 4 lightning bolts is the top. Josh, I want to know your rating for the episode you watched. Nevertheless,
I thought the episode I watched was fun.
So what's
that? So I'm guessing from storyline, from what I'm picking up, it's just before Barry goes to prison for breaking the restraining order.
Well, there's some more stuff that happens, but you're on the right track.
Okay, well,
right
whatever.
Still, though, yeah.
It was a fun episode. I'll give it a solid 3.5.
All right. So now in this episode, we will rank in lightning bolts. Francis?
I give this one 3.5. It was very good. I liked it a lot.
All right. Marx?
Yep, super funny. I liked it. 3.5.
I think I'll agree with you guys. 3.5. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Last 2 episodes of Flash have been really on point. Good mixture of the good tone of humor. I think they've met and they finally got back to now, rather than the over the top stuff they were doing earlier in the season.
And I just really like that they don't need Barry to solve problems. You know, it's great to have them around, but they're capable on their own too. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't think they would have the guts to have Flash be in prison this long.
Called it.
This many episodes.
I called it, man.
Yeah. Well, they never have before. Every time, I mean, even Felicity was only like in a chair for a couple episodes. It's like
Barry was in the Speed Force for an episode.
Yeah, I know. It's like it usually they don't slow down for that. They speed ahead, but I'm glad they did slow down.
Yeah.
Listeners made in the chat says, I wonder how much Lego got paid for their blocks that were used in this episode. Oh, were you kidding me? Lego probably, if anything, paid them, or they were just happy to get the product placement.
Oh yeah, that was a nice scene.
That was actually fun though.
Yeah.
Like a reference back to the Savitar from last year.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, we got one more show to talk about. What's that, Marx?
It is episode 12 of season 6, All for Nothing, written by Beth Schwartz and Oscar Balderrama, directed by Marzi Almas, who has directed a bunch of episodes of the 100. We keep making 100 jokes because of the game 100. So Cayden James is taking full control of Star City, and the money is running out, which means time is running out for everyone. Vigilante takes on a dangerous mission to find the city-destroying bomb, but things don't end well for Team Arrow or whiny Team Arrow.
Oh, you're using my thing for last year. Use my name for
I giggled about that.
It's catching on. I've heard multiple people say whiny team something. So,
wait, really?
Yep.
Oh man, I used that last week though in my description. I coined it. I'm calling it.
They're proving it though. Every episode, they're proving that they
whiny Team Arrow, trademarked by Jeff Burns.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's it. That's all we need to do. It's been legal now. But seriously, man, the more I see this go on, the more I'm like, these team are the whiniest bunch of losers ever. Like, just get them off the show.
Well, let's talk about them first then, because we're on topic of whiny team. So, will they ever stop whining?
Apparently not. Like every time, like Oliver, Diggle, Felicity, like they try to be like be a hand or like be the bigger people and like let's work together. And every time whiny team is like, no, you guys suck. This doesn't change everything. We hate you, more or less.
Yeah, they refuse to. I don't. I guess I just don't understand like what their deal is. I mean, I guess I understand their butt hurt still from being lied to, but they're doing it to each other anyway. So
right.
You'd think they'd understand. They're lying to each other as much as Ollie lied to them about whatever, or didn't say certain.
And the problem is, like Oliver and Diggle and stuff, they'll generally like they own up at least that they made mistakes. But whiny Team Arrow they'll just say like you guys messed up, and they won't say anything about like their mistakes. They're just like not pretending it never happened, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they failed in the end because of whiny Team Arrow. Everybody failed. So
right, and they're trying to blame, of course, real Team Arrow for the failure.
Yeah,
like what the hell?
Save the city or save the one dude. Like,
yeah.
And I want to say they have had that, right? Where it was either Felicity or the city, or it was like they did that at least a couple seasons ago, didn't they? I want to say they did a very similar scenario, and he was able to save both.
Maybe he's just better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's the thing: like I totally get that Dinah would choose Vigilante. Vince, is it Vince's name, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem with that. I get it. That's would be her choice she made. But then don't blame Oliver for saving the whole fucking city.
Right.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
And then like when he says, I didn't come here to apologize. Of course he didn't. And like she expected him to. What the hell does he have to apologize for? Trying to save the whole fucking city?
Well, he told her, we don't know if he opened that communication line. We don't know if it's a trap. He can take some punishment. He knew what he's in for. Mm-hmm. If we don't get there and cover this whole warehouse, it'll be all for nothing, obviously reference to the title. And so he was right. And it was all for nothing, pretty much. I mean, they have something, but, They failed because of that. It's a whole freaking city. I think that's part of the problem too. Is I don't know what is ever going to motivate this team to ever come back with them, because we are like an extreme scenario here with the city, and they're still whining and barely working with them and stuff. And I'm just like, guys, grow up. It's like this. Everybody's going to die.
And I'm wondering what the writer's end game is by separating the team this way. Like, what are they trying to accomplish? Are they just trying to make this storyline just play out longer, I guess?
Change up the show.
I mean, it changes up the show, but nobody... I don't know anyone who likes,
Well,
whiny.
let me share some
Team
chat
whiny.
thoughts. They don't like it either. Stormy in the chat says, yep, totally whiny Team Arrow. I can't stand them. Raisa, B Team on Arrow is really annoying me. Stormy, Renee is a traitor to all of them, including Curtis and Dino. Why the hell does he get to have an attitude? Exactly. He's the worst of them all.
He's pretty bad. I mean, the Curtis is the only one that had room to be kind of frustrated with them, but the other two were keeping secrets, especially Renee. Renee was the whole problem. And then whenever Oliver was like, well, I understand sort of why you did it, so join back up with us. It's cool. Then he turns around, doesn't listen to him, and practically spits in his face with it, and he's like, that's it, you're out.
Which is something he didn't do before. Like, he was pretty good. I don't know. It feels out of character.
For Renee?
It's whiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's getting too whiny. They need to quit it, because when they're walking in there, like, I want to get out of this place.
I'm starting to
Look
get
what
you haven't done with the
PTSD.
place. Burn.
Yeah, Josh, you're right. That line with Renee, PTSD, that was too far. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic stress, like that's just making like real PTSD look.
They tracked your GPS phones for like a day. Get over it. Come on. It's not anything more than people post on their Facebook pages, practically, where their locations are. It's not too
To
extreme.
the Olive Garden. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever? There's
Bread
a famous thing in comics where Batman decks Guy Gardner and knocks him unconscious.
Oh yeah.
I
That's funny.
want Oliver to do that to Renee in the show.
It's probably going to get to that
When he's
point.
mouthed it off one time, just punch him right in the face.
Well, I liked Renee until now, and now I'm just kind of like, man, I don't know if I really want this guy on the show anymore, because they've just made him so unlikable.
It sucks. You're right. He was like the backstory with his daughter and stuff was interesting, and then they made him very unlikable. Now this by Stormy makes a great point in the chat. She says, Renee, your kid lives in the city Cayden wants to drop bombs on, yet you choose not to help the city.
Yeah,
Great point.
it's crazy.
So point was been about his kid, right? That's why he betrayed them, and I was like, who cares? Who cares if the bomb blow up?
Yeah, let's go say Vigilante, because Black Canary's had an off and on thing with him, and he's only been kind of half crazy,
And we're not sure if we can trust him.
We don't know if we can trust him or not. It's like, sure, he can regenerate. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's still not dead, if he doesn't like wake up like a week later or something, because he got shot in the head in the first place when his powers happened. So yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was a bad call.
Yeah, but did what's her name? Black Siren turn his brain to Jello?
See, that's the thing.
That was
I think-
painful to watch, I'll be honest. I was like, oh, God, it's terrible.
It was rough.
that probably, other than decapitation, I would guess that would probably be the only other way to kill him. I would say.
It could be. It's a lot of unknowns, so if they want to bring him back, they could. What I would do is bring him back at some point, but then it's just like every time he gets brain damage, he just gets he either gets loss of memory or he gets crazier, because he's not completely stable. They're kind of, this season they've been kind of ignoring that, but it's like, remember, he was kind of crazy and he was willing to kill anybody gets in his way, and innocent bystanders die too. There's something a little off with him anyway.
That's a good point. Last year when we didn't know who he was, and they probably maybe not known who he was, they were like, let's make him crazy. And now that we know who he is, I guess we'll make him stable now.
Yeah.
They're really mad about that. Like when they have, like Cayden James, have characters and they don't know who's going to play them yet, they just decide to not be consistent with how they portray them later on.
Yeah.
A lot of retconning, for sure.
Well, we'll see what happens with Black Canary's revenge against Black Siren.
Especially since Black Siren, again, is showing some humanity now that,
Which also, I don't like the choice they made with her. They were trying to show her have a little humanity, and then she went the total opposite way. That just didn't fit.
Well, you saw hesitation in her. She wasn't wanting
Yeah,
to do it.
but well, you should do more than hesitate. I mean, that's a terrible death. The way she did that. That was like torturous, cruel punishment.
But she didn't have it. I don't know what Cayden has on her that she is so under his thumb, but she must have something on her.
I don't think so. I think she's just a bad guy.
I guess.
I think they want a Black Canary, Black Siren showdown, which is cool, but do it in a better way.
Yeah. Poor Lance.
Stormy in the chat says, I'm rooting for Black Siren to die.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's a good
We'll never see the actress again. But they could bring her back from another Earth where she's a hero. That'd be cool.
Oh, they gotta leave her alone.
Francis is not a fan.
I've never been a fan of her, no.
I like the Black Siren version of her, I think, is the best one yet.
Yeah, she's got good mean face, villain face.
Mean face.
She does.
Show me your mean face.
Is that anything like your lion face?
Or what?
Lying like you're telling a lie, or you're like lying like the animal?
Your choice.
Okay. I'm going to say like the Lion King.
Is it like an old face? Your old face?
By the way, Francis, that was good, though. Quentin's stuff I did like. The stuff with him wanting to reconnect with her and with Thea, and that was some good stuff.
Yeah.
The slideshow and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was.
I wonder if this is also kind of marking the end for him, too. You know, if they get... I mean...
Oh, no, wait, man. No, stop. Why do you keep saying terrible things like this with the characters dying? Quentin,
No.
man.
Just like...
No, just leaving the show.
Just leaving the show.
That's
Just like...
That's worse.
Lance is going to go crazy and become vigilante, the new vigilante.
Oh. No, he's going to become Prometheus and be like, oh, there was a reason why I had these things with me this entire time. I don't know.
I hope they don't lose Lance, because I've loved that actor ever since Dresden Files. Yeah, so he looks nothing like the character in the comic book, or the book description, but he just captured the personality so well.
It's just, like,
Of who,
again...
Dresden or Quentin Lance?
Dresden. I think Quentin Lance was Quentin Lance created for the show? Anyway, but for Dresden, he doesn't look like Dresden at all. Dresden's got long brown hair. And
Oh. I guess so. But, I mean, outside of the hair, I think he kind of could fit still, right?
personality, yeah. So...
By the way, if you like Dresden Files, folks, that was a nice segue, Marx. Marx and I played the Dresden Files Accelerated last week on the stream. We actually had the creators of the game from Evil Hat Productions run it for us, so go check it out. It's actually doing pretty well. One of our more popular game streams, actually. Check it out on our YouTube channel. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. In this chat, Racist says, Michael Emerson, fun to watch, but script still weak. Stormy says, Cayden is human with no backup. Why not kill him? She never stood up against Chase either in Season 5. I think she means Black Lightning. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know why anybody... Well, I guess because of the bomb, right? I don't know why anybody just doesn't kill James.
Yeah, because the bomb would go off. Yeah. So what do we think about the flashbacks in the episode? Because we have flashbacks back.
Oh, with Canary and with Dinah and Vince, right?
Well, we saw those already.
We saw just the end one where she got her powers. We didn't see the stuff before that.
Mm.
Yeah, see how they first met and all that stuff. Got to see the police chief dude from Flash.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I like that they were the Central City office.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
it was pretty good. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Did it make you care about Vince a little more?
No.
No.
I mean, I actually already kind of liked him. I don't know if it made any difference to me, but I thought he's a pretty cool character.
It was funny when they hit this. By the time it was either the first flashback or the second flashback, Julie and I looked at each other and go, he's going to die. It's going to happen this episode because Lost does, or Walking Dead does it every time. It's like this guy's like the headliner for all these flashbacks. This minor character, he's dead. He's going to be dead in the end.
In the chat about you said Black. Oh wait, well Listeners says that's the only face Black Canary has. She seems pissed at everything. Oh, interesting. We were actually talking about Black Siren, I think, with the mean face, right? But I guess Dinah lately has been pissed at a lot of stuff too.
She is mad about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she has been angry quite a bit.
Stormy says, I don't care about Vince, but Juliana, who plays Black Canary, did a good job acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what about... so what do you guys think about this whole hostage city thing? Do you think this makes sense? Is this feel logical, what's going on, or does it feel like a stretch?
It felt like a stretch to me, but it's because I haven't seen the other 12 episodes before this.
No, you're right. It's a bit of a stretch.
It is, because I get why Cayden is doing it, but why the hell is everyone else like going along with it? I don't get Anatoly's. You know?
Yeah, I thought last I remember, Anatoly and Arrow were buddies.
Yeah, they did a whole thing explaining where they like fell apart and stuff.
But or even Richard Cheese or whatever his name is again.
Richard Dragon. Yeah, the biggest waste of any DC character ever, probably on a show.
Yeah,
character should be so fucking cool.
I have a theory about him.
He's the guy who's manipulating Cayden.
Is that your theory?
I'm guessing that's his. Yeah, I'm guessing that's his theory.
I think he's the big bad of all this. I think he's manipulating him. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was like buds with Prometheus and trained with the League of Assassins too. He's just hiding it.
They got to do more with him then, though. Right now, he's just like a background character.
That's how they fool you.
That's how you fool you. Yeah, maybe we'll find out in episode or two.
I don't care about him though. That's a problem. So it's not going to matter.
They even gave Boots like a proper kill, death.
Come on, Boots.
I was like, Boots, no.
Boots had at least they gave him something proper. Yeah, the Dragon, they always put him in the background, which makes me think when he pulls out all the martial arts, he's on top of it.
All the martial arts.
That's your good line. All the martial arts. Which he apparently has none of right now.
No, he has.
He uses guns and knives. That's all he does.
Could be an act. We don't know.
I think that'll make. I actually think that'll make for a better reveal. Because we don't care about the character. If you don't know anything about him, you don't care about him. And then when the moment strikes and he does his thing, the shock and awe, I guess.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that's where they go with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm be really disappointed because Richard Dragon, or that character in the comic books, was quite the villain. So,
yeah.
I see in your notes here. You said, "Why didn't Cayden kill Black Canary?"
Yeah, they just walk off. She's like trapped there, and they're just like, eh.
He wanted her to dwell in her misery over seeing her lover killed.
Seems unwise, but whatever.
Yeah.
He'll regret that.
Speaking of people on the squad there for Cayden, Stormy says, Anatoly deserves to be more than a minion. He's a Bratva leader. I agree.
Yeah.
We've also had him on our show. He's really cool. David Nickel. And Anatoly's a cool character.
And he could do a mean torture.
Yeah. Maybe they'll twist it too. Maybe he'll end up being the right-hand man for Dragon. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
But Cayden is not doing it for me as a major villain.
He could have, but they just haven't. This hasn't worked.
Anything with them really. I want money.
Well, and also he's this genius guy who apparently can hack in anything, anywhere. Can make anything like kill you with electrical surge, But yet he's like, I can't tell if a video is fake or not.
Yeah, I think Reyes sent us a tweet about that, right? Or she forwarded something.
Oh yeah, she did. That.
Yeah, somebody said like, why can't he can't like authenticate that this is a fake photo or doctor?
Yeah, photo. Or anything. I mean, doesn't even know he was out of town and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of he seems to know so much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, how would he not know that he was out of town?
Right? Yeah, it seems a little weird.
Travel records for Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
I don't think Cayden survives this season. I could see him going out earlier than the finale. I could see that too.
Dragon.
I think Dragon's going to end up... the big reveal will be the finale of Dragon being the guy behind everything, and he'll be the main bad guy for next season.
Yeah.
That'll be the case. It's too late now for him to be the big bad for this season.
No, it's not. We still have almost half a season left.
Yeah, there's still a lot of episodes.
There's still like 9 episodes left. No, 11 episodes left, sorry.
Maybe.
23 in this season.
Then they better make that reveal soon, because they're running out of time.
I think they're gonna have to do something different because this hostage. Well, they're about out of money, so they're gonna have to do something soon.
Yeah.
That whole plot arc is gonna have to resolve in the next episode or two,
It's a terrible.
or they all die.
Give me 10 million. Wait, that was the thing, right? Give me 10 million, or
every day, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Whatever.
I don't know how they said he has so much money.
Yeah, they're rich. Oh, we missed it. I loved in Flash when Cord Industries, because we talk about how they get robbed all the time, was having that speech, and as you know, tech facilities get robbed 30 times more than average in this city, second only to Star City.
That was good.
You don't. Oh, and her line afterwards, like, "Oh, I hate this city."
Yeah. that was
mayor,
perfect.
right?
Huh? Yeah, she was a new mayor. Yeah.
Oh, she
That
was
was perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot that she's the mayor.
That was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. So, what about? So, do you think then that Dragon is also the one framing Oliver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that actor's really good.
Or whatever.
Yes.
They're
I'm
wasting
gonna be
him.
disappointed though, because it's just gonna be so lackluster if that's the way it is.
It probably will be, but yeah, because he's such a good actor, and they're just wasting him. And I have to believe that that's what's up, because Cayden cannot last 11 more episodes. There's no way.
Did he even say anything this episode?
He pulled out a knife.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a line actually at all.
Said anything?
And that's a good tool to make you go, he's there, but I kind of forgot about him, and then oh wow, that happened. So.
Ooh, Raisa says, and that's right. We knew she's coming up. I think Nyssa is connected to Big Reveal. Interesting. We know she's coming in an episode.
And she usually is around when it's League of Assassins stuff, right? Prometheus was tied to that.
Dragon. Oh, there you go.
Ah.
In the comic books, Dragon, I believe, did train with League of Assassins. He was a tough martial arts student.
That storyline refuses to die. Everyone is a League of Assassins. Everyone.
That's where you go when you want to fight people. Batman probably did it. He just didn't realize it.
he did do. He was an
He
apprentice.
did, yeah, well, there's obviously. Do you mean this? I mean, obviously, there's a whole huge storyline actually in the comics about Batman and League of
Ra's al
Assassins.
Ghul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And Talia, and because Ra's al Ghul wants, even in the animated series, wants him to marry Talia. And
well, yeah, and they borrowed that arrow. I mean, trained with him, and I think they played around with that a little bit in Gotham. I didn't watch it, but
that's right, because Ra's al Ghul is in Gotham now.
Yeah, and I guess now that I said that, I remember that in the movies, that's what they did. That Ra's al Ghul was his teacher and stuff. I forgot about that.
And the Batman Begins, right?
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that's what I'm placing bets on it. Me and Francis.
I'm with you. Well, yeah, that's going to happen.
Right. I can see it. I don't know. It's not going to be too exciting. If they do League of Assassins, no, then it could be exciting. If they really make him a martial artist and Nyssa's involved, okay.
Who's the current Roz right now? For Nyssa? Okay.
Nyssa's the head of the League of Assassins, right?
I thought she was stripped of that for some reason.
I think so.
She got it back.
And technically, I guess maybe Oliver's kind of co-head because he's technically her husband.
Oh, that's right. Sure.
She always calls him husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless her sister decides to try to take over.
Well, yeah, they really need. I don't get it, man. This whole season should have been like Talia, Nyssa stuff.
That season
might be dead, maybe.
What? No, Talia, no way. Talia can't be. No, they got to bring her back. Again, it's just such a waste of a really good character, an actress.
Next season.
I can hope.
I believe in it.
That's it. Is that it for Arrow?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, boxing glove arrows. This is my favorite rating system. Boxing glove arrows we do out of 4. Francis, what do you give it?
Whiny Team Arrow always brings it down. I'm gonna give it a 3. Still all right.
Oh, that's still pretty good actually, though. Yeah. Josh, what do you give it?
I'm going to do 2.5 this time just because I'm missing a lot of context, but I'm sure if I had it, it would be higher.
All right. Marx?
I'm going to give it a 3, except for Whiny Team Arrow. They get a 1.
Negative 3.
They're the worst. They get like a 0.
They're the ones that pulled this episode down. I'm just saying.
This is a tough one to rate because right, they sucked. A lot of stuff didn't make sense at all about like Cayden and stuff. But I mean, there was some good drama still. And you know what we didn't talk about? We have talked about this throughout the season, but there was some awesome fight. Like the way they did the cameras moving through with the fight scenes was really well done. Like they really upped their game this season with the fight choreography.
Yeah, they have.
And the way they shoot it, particularly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was really well done.
All of the fight choreographers they didn't have for season 4, they just all brought back for these last few seasons.
Was that season you say like bad? Is that what you thought?
Season 4 was the Damien Dark episode.
Well, the whole season was bad, but you were saying the fight choreography was bad too?
It's terrible. You could always see the stunt doubles. You always notice the stunt doubles.
It's not really choreography, that is camera placement.
Oh, but their punches and kicks never connected, but people would fly off the screen. It was really bad. The choreography, I that season had the worst choreography, and then it got good again. You know, I want to say season 4 was Damien Dark. I think it was.
I think you're right.
Yeah, but after that,
it was the worst season because it was Damien Dark. Yeah, it was terrible. I guess I'll give it 2.75 boxing glove arrow. I don't know. Between
begrudgingly.
Yeah. In the chat, Race is correcting me. I was totally wrong, Francis. She disbanded the League, she says, of Assassins. This disbanded it. Stormy says, didn't Nissa melt the Roz ring? Okay, I forgot. Good job, guys. Thank you. Race gives it 2.75 as well. Stormy gives it 2.5. All right. So, yeah, not the most popular episode.
And it's Whiny Team's fault. That's why.
It is. It really is. Like, if you took them out completely, I think this would have been much more watched.
It's too many episodes in a row. Like, one episode of Whiny, okay, but just not this many in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's it, folks. That's all the shows. Before we get out of here, Josh, where can people find what you're up to?
You can find everything that I'm up to derailing shows that I host. You can find everything I am really good at that. You can find everything I do at on the Twitters at 303_ninja and all over the Points of Interest podcast, which you can find at poipodcast.com.
All right. Stormy says, I agree. New team needs to go. Whiny Team Arrow she needs. And
as long as she's not talking about me.
You know, that'd be funny. Listener's Mate says, I agree with Francis. You could see the stunt doubles. I think one of them might have been Cassandra Ebner. That's funny. She's been on our show before as a guest in Super Geeked Up. She is a stunt woman actually on some of those shows.
Yeah, that's okay though. Yeah, she could be.
She's great.
Cool. We need to tweet that picture of her and goes, was this you?
Francis, where can they catch you're up to?
On Twitter, I am at aka the other guy. Everything I do is at sinceresarcasm.net, and I do podcasts with Josh, like Points of Interest podcast, which is at the poipodcast.com.
All right, and Marx?
You can find stuff about me over at marxpyle.com, where I co-host a podcast called Genre Entertainment and have other projects that you can see on there. And also, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Marx.
We're at supergeekedup.com, folks, at supergeekedup on Twitter. Wednesday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, we do Super Geeked Up Live. That's our geeky chat and improv comedy show. This is actually our Patreon episode coming up for people at a certain high level of Patreon support. They're going to come on and have some fun with us. And speaking of that, here's where you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/supergeekedup. Actually, Francis is one of our supporters. Thank you, Francis. Appreciate it. And everybody who's supporting us, like Lister's Mate in the chat, does it. It's definitely a big help for us doing all the shows. And actually, shout out to Victor Snyder, who increased his pledge this week, and to Lisa Barsati, who's been co-hosting the first 2 weeks of Super Geeked Up. She also actually became a Patreon, so thank you to both of them very much. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'll play from now on. When somebody pledges, I'll get that sound effect. Actually, Francis will just call you and do that. And they're like, what is this? What's happening? All right. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Remember, we are back next week, normal time, at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk all the latest episodes of the shows. But then that'll be our last regular one for a while. And then we'll let you know, though, of course, when we're going to do special episodes and any guests, all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, hope to see you next week, for our last kind of regular episode for a while. And again, hopefully see some of you Wednesday. And we'll let you know when we do some special gaming streams like we did last week as well. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. We always appreciate you guys. You guys rock. We will see you soon. Bye, everybody.